watching watching
If they do a one
uh
at next week's Amfest, Charlie Kirk just
DeFranco, Philip, David Packman. David Packman confront Shank Uyghur. What on earth are you doing? He's confronting Shank Uyghur on his.
So I'm worried about reading too much into
What he's doing with his political stuff. Let's do this super attack. Day of Judgment. Alright, if I want to, I can just take this guy out with one Day of Judgment attack. Which I think I should probably do. But let's, he can kill all three guys. But I don't want him to kill all three guys. Can I get the other one? I can get this one if I want to, too, right? Skill, Day of Judgment. No, I can't get to him. I need to kill this one first if I'm going to do this. So, let's see what we can do against these two guys. Then maybe let him finish off this guy. Or, yeah, let's try and take this guy out first.
We would identify the problem with almost the exact same language as crowded Amfest. The problem is, when you say, okay, left-wing populist, what's your solution? We talk about social democracy, curbing corporate power.
Wow.
They will still say
that'll do.
Tax cuts and corporations and all the same stuff. So my instinct is, and tell me if I'm wrong.
Victory is not.
My thought is, even if we really were in agreement about the problem, once we get to solutions, we're not.
Okay.
I think you are. And it's very understandable.
I wanted Bertrand to get a hit in. Unfortunately, this means I won't be able to use this guy's power. He won't give me down range to get the people. Oh, he could do a fireball. Nope, he can't even use a fireball. Never mind. Let's raise force somebody. Let's use a raise force.
No, they load them. You guys are wrong.
Okay, who's got the lowest XP? 7? 29. That's 29. 28, 63, 58, 37. Alright, but Rufus can't attack anybody.
Yeah, I don't think they're lying. I just think it's been several years of MAGA saying we don't like these guys, so they're on board. But if that changes, they'll just change their mind.
No, they won't. So
let's steal somebody. Let's steal the skill.
Yeah.
Skill shakedown.
It starts exactly as you're saying. Trump goes, I don't like Mitch McConnell. For whatever crazy reason, popped into his head.
Fireball.
And his wife is Coco Chow. Weirdo pieces.
This guy can just heal somebody.
Now that I like
just to get some XP, we're gonna heal somebody.
Yeah, the problem isn't that we save.
Yeah, that's definitely not the problem. Right? So
okay,
so you're not wanting, but now
either one of these people can probably finish off this guy. Yeah. So who has less XP? He does. So can he get into range? Yeah, he get into range, right? Yeah. Let's do skill, raise force, with my superpower. Okay, that was not a lot of XP. Even with Sniper 2, she'll kill him, so let's just... There we go. We're good. It's Jover. Alright. Farewell. Stage cleared. Hold on a second. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. I just want to play like a little bit longer and then stop. How are we doing? Level ups. Level 29. Nice.
So, and Dick Cheney, they genuinely hate the wars. They don't want wars. And I know that is so fundamental.
What if we tried this thing now?
That loved wars, right?
Let's give it a shot.
So now when you go to the Hexas and the Stevanics of the world,
last time, I think we're closer to the level of this battle now. Let's have a look. Let's actually, I'm gonna put the I'm gonna put the volume of Cenk Uyghur's interview off for now, just because I think this might be an actual interesting moment if I can do well here, and something that will require focus and uh, proper volume and all that. Well, yeah, the volume's back up to normal, right? Did I? Because I remember I lowered the volume a lot at one point, and I raised it back up, right? I put it back on the default. Options, preferences. Yeah, it's back at the default. I should have lowered it during the interview part. My apologies if the last video was not that great, but hopefully you could hear the YouTube stuff okay over the music of the game. I guess if it wasn't an entertaining video, because you couldn't, like you're just cheering. At least you could still see the battle and everything. All right. Let's do this. Battlefield. Okay. The dragon is level 30. Yeah, and we're almost level 30. I don't know. I don't know how badly we'll do. I think we might do a little bit badly, but we can give it a shot. All right, let's put our weakest guys down. So, definitely not Jeanne. 29, 28, 28, 28. There's a lot of 28s. Was it 2860? I think we might put down all our 28s. There's a 12860, right? It's Bartolomeo. He's in. Definitely Bartolomeo. No Beatrix. Maybe not Richard. He's very close to leveling up to 29. And again, so are all of them. 2880, I think we're definitely putting him in. 2896, seems high. 68, Gillis. It's good to have somebody with power in there. Rufus, 2875. I think I'm going to be able to fit all my 28s in here. Might even have to put in a 29. And one more. That last one will be Richard. All right, yeah. And now I have two guys with powers. That's pretty cool. Commence the battle. I think we got this. Well, maybe I'm being a little optimistic. Okay. Can I damage this freaking dragon? 6 points damage? Jesus Christ. And that's a star. This is a star versus sun. No. What? Star is powerful against sun. Okay, I think we're still too low level for this. So let's just rewind and not do this fight at all. Okay. That was a lot of excitement for nothing. My apologies. Let's put the YouTube video back on. This is going to be a short one, though. I think.
Yeah, that's where you get into a
Rewind.
Now, in the beginning, Trump is not his base. Trump's not going to come out and go, oh my God, guys, I've seen the light, right? And I'm not going to serve Elon Musk or Miriam Adelson or Tim Mellon or any of these guys or the oil companies. No, what's he doing?
Okay.
Saying, drill, baby,
I'm
drill,
gonna put the okay. No, save. No. I'm gonna put options, preferences. Now I'm gonna lower the music volume.
Yeah.
So we can just hear the YouTube video and the SFX volume. Later I can restore the defaults.
Base doesn't challenge him. That's how he's going to end.
There we go.
Did they
Done.
challenge him last time? Like, what evidence do we have this time they'll challenge him?
So that's what I'm getting to. So, David,
So I just want to do the Pate over and over again, I think.
Yep.
I don't want to do Anything else?
Okay.
Oh, we could do. I think we haven't done this Torells at all, have we?
Now,
Yeah, let's do the Torells also, at least. I don't think we need to do the Bastille. We've done the Bastille, haven't we? Yeah, we did this one. So let's just do the Torells, because I don't think we've done this one.
We trust Trump. Let's see how it goes. But we got an eye out for it. Like, they're totally aware that they're.
It'll be easy, but I'm just interested to see the battle.
So Hexen's a different animal because he's partly neocon and partly like.
Only 5 units, which is disappointing.
And they like the aggro part of Hexen, the military part.
Yep.
But they're not gonna like the neocon.
So I want this one.
Any of this,
yeah.
4 is
and
where the base then says to Trump, "No, brother, we told you anti-war. We didn't go.
This one.
Help Israel invade Iraq. No.
I'm not even sure about this, and I think this is really. I don't know that this is an ideological disagreement. I just don't know that we're on agreement on the facts. I'll give you a counterexample to what you're talking about. Yesterday, Trump does this crazy press conference at Mar-a-Lago. During this press conference, it was like 30 minutes long. He suggested taking Greenland and the Panama Canal with military force, taking Canada with economic force, and unleashing hell on Gaza, or allowing hell to be unleashed. That doesn't sound very anti-war. And when you look on the Truth Socials and everywhere else, it's people defending it, memes about all of the Americas in an American flag. They kind of seem to be just lining up behind whatever he said. I just am not seeing what you're seeing.
Yeah, David, that's exactly it. Because I dove in more,
Nice
I'm
battle.
seeing something that others aren't, and that's why I understand the skepticism.
But am I wrong about the reaction to yesterday's crazy
You're halfway
tirade?
wrong.
I'm halfway. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I know I'm out on a limb here because believing that the right wing
Okay,
is going to turn on Trump on specific issues.
Let's do this.
Disagreement when they've never done it before. I get that I'm taking a risk by saying that they're going to do it, right?
This is gonna be a short video.
There is. So that's what I'm saying. So, and we're all going to find out with our own eyes and ears if I'm right or wrong, right? And you've seen me go out ahead of people before, right? Right? Where I said in 2013, I said Bernie could beat Hillary Clinton 3 years before he had that historic run. I said Biden was too old and couldn't possibly win, etc. So now I'm saying, yeah, I see that disagreement. So, for example, on what you mentioned, just like I said, Trump in the beginning goes to serve his donors, and so he goes, "Oh yeah, Miriam, like the Palestinians aren't slaughtered enough. I'll slaughter them even more, right? As long as you keep the money coming, right?" And he engages in his fantasies about buying Greenland or invading a Canada, etc. So the first reaction that folks are going to have is, we're defending Trump. And especially when the left attacks him, no, wait, no, he doesn't mean invading Greenland, he means buying Greenland. He doesn't mean this, he means that. So will you get tons of that, 80% of that? Yes, right? And it's not quite 50-50. But do I see the 20% that is going, no, you're right. We didn't say invade any countries. We said anti-war. So that kernel already exists and we're not even at day one. And when he actually, and what the number one thing they say is, guys, cut it out. He's obviously bluffing, right? And you're hurting his chance of bluffing when you say that he's definitely not going to do it, right? So, if he goes to invade Greenland, he will definitely lose half his base. That is mental, right? And they are actually anti-war. So, but that's not going to happen because he's not going to do that. He's bluffing, right? But look, this is where I think the rubber hits the road, and this is now really out of it. Okay. I think his base is going to turn on Israel, and so when he goes, yeah, no, I'm going to give Israel another $30 billion, and I'm going to help them bomb more countries. At some point, MAGA's going to go, now that's enough, brother, man. That's enough. We said America first, not Israel first. And so I think they're going to turn on that, and that's no.
What kind of dream world are you living in, man? You're insane.
Really never really turned on Israel. No one's allowed to turn on Israel in America. But when you tell the right wing you're not allowed to do something, okay, let's see what happens. So again, we'll see. I get that I'm.
You sound so proud of the right wing.
Based on what I'm actually seeing on the ground.
Listen, my best assessment in having reviewed all of the evidence and in talking to you here is, I think It's clear you're not doing a Dave Rubin. I think your heart's in the right place. I think retrospectively, here's my prediction. I'm not big on prediction. I think in a few years you'll say, I was a little naive with my expectations. And I could be wrong, you could be wrong, we don't know. I think if there's a fault here, it's we've seen. You're right. It's been a long time, and for 8, 9 years,
Can't do anything
almost 10 years now, since
this
Trump came
round.
down the escalator, said Mexicans are rapists. The highest value has been they ultimately do support whatever Trump wants. They don't really care about free speech or freedom or family values or money in politics. That's what we've seen for the last 9.5 years. I hear you saying it's going to change, but we are on the same page that it hasn't been that way, right? I think that part we do agree on.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, look, I can list dozens of examples where they say they're against cancel culture, and then they'll say, "Well, look, we should cancel them," right?
Yes.
Like, I mean, look, but to be fair, the Democrats did the same thing. We're against cancel culture, but if you
Why? Why is this not working? Oh, they're too high up. Yeah.
It sounds like cancel culture to me.
What if I stand on?
But I can give you dozens of other examples. Oh, you're protesting oil companies.
Nope, still doesn't work.
Pass a law
Why?
that says we can run you over in our cars, right? I mean, it doesn't.
This should be impaling right through this wall. All right, whatever.
Right. So, and freedom of speech, they take away.
I guess we'll
freedom of
do
speech.
impale
So
on this.
I totally agree that the last 9.5 years, they have not shown what I am seeing that they're going to do in the future. And I totally agree with you, David, that we're going to come back 2-3 years from now,
Whatever.
and see how this went, and see, hey, was I right that there was this, that their composition had changed and they were more open to a rebellion against Trump and actually had a mind of their own as opposed to being in a cult for Trump. And I get if you're on the left and you're like, no way, they're in a cult, etc. But guys, remember, we all live in bubbles.
He has so much faith in MAGA.
In a massive bubble for a long time, right?
Yes.
But we've also been in a bubble. And our bubble says if you disagree with
Why didn't they attack him?
5%,
They're that weak. They're probably that weak that if they attack them, they'll definitely die.
And then we go, oh my God, how did we lose the popular vote? Well, you lost the popular vote because you pushed everyone out.
Yep.
And
no denying that. I'm with you 110% on that. That's for sure.
Yeah, and MAGA, when they hear me say things that they didn't even, do you know that MAGA doesn't realize we're anti-corruption? The left is anti-corruption. They don't even realize the left is anti-war because Kamala Harris was like, Dick Cheney and Liz Cheney are my best friends. I'm going to go on a college campus tour with them, right? So the establishment is pro-war, and the Democratic Party, unfortunately, has become more establishment, right? So they look at it and they're like, they're super surprised that the left thinks is anti-war, anti-corruption, and all these things, right?
This guy's like a freaking child.
Patrick Bet-David told his audience, 75% of his audience said yes, paid family. 12 weeks off for moms after they have a baby. That's arguably a conservative principle.
All right, I can't hand him at all.
It's a giant progressive principle. You know it's a giant progressive principle. Yeah, but that's where the unity can come. But you can't pass any of these things, or even have hope of passing any of these things, if you tell the people who are in charge, who won the popular vote, we're going to hate all of you, we're never going to work with you, we're never even going to talk to you, so we have no hope of ever winning those votes back, because you can't win them back if you're not talking to them, right? So but we don't live in a bubble? No, we also live in a bubble. And our bubble needs to be burst, because unfortunately, some portion of the left has stopped being open-minded. And what I say on Young Turks all the time is, our community is open-minded and open-hearted, right? We're trying to do the right thing, and we're trying to get there no matter what. And what I would ask all of you is, eyes on the prize.
And 158. Let's get this one.
If you pass policy, you improve actual people's lives. If you don't, all of us in media and politics are just playing ego. Who's bigger? Who's this? Who's more pure? Who's the one that blah 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 blah. That's all about ego. But actually getting policy passed.
I do more damage than that.
And you're not going to get policy passed going into your little bubble and calling everyone outside the bubble a fascist.
We know that won't work, that's for sure. Listen, Cenk, I appreciate you being on. I hope you're right about the vast majority of what you're saying. I fear you are wrong, but time will tell us, and then we will soon see. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
He said he confronted Shank, but it wasn't much of a confrontation. He was polite. I like the way that they communicated, though. I'll say that.
Elon Musk appears to be Steve Bannon. Now, I think there's something not special, but there's a particular thing going on with Bannon that I think is relevant to discuss, which we're going to do in a moment. Here is Steve Bannon on his program yesterday, interviewing Joe Allen. And they are now taking issue with Elon Musk's latest declaration that X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, will suppress excretions, formerly known as tweets, that contain negativity. They want it to be
Is that what they're called now?
platform. Of course,
Excretions?
positivity and negativity are very much in the eye of the beholder, and this is just another form of limiting free speech. And it turns out, as we know, that many of those who say they are all about free speech, they are really about free speech that they like. And that is certainly the case with Elon Musk, who is suppressing all sorts of speech he doesn't like on X, but artificially boosting his own excretions and those of Tucker Carlson and others on the platform.
Excretions.
Well, Steve Bannon's not super thrilled with it. He brings on this guy to report on it. Let's take a look at this. But at the very base of this,
Woodshop doesn't even do more
I think
damage.
This isn't really about free speech at all. I'm going to tell you what I think.
Hacking downward full force deals heavy damage to one enemy.
Almost a year.
But this is the same damage that it normally does.
Remember when he first bought Twitter?
Let's try Woodshop just to see.
Elon Musk talked about himself being a free speech.
That's not like more damage.
Meaning that
I don't understand the point of Woodshop.
Would be returned to the old Twitter. None of that happened, and over the last, we'll say, 7-8 months, you've seen a really dramatic influence or bias or manipulation of who is and who isn't boosted on the platform.
Correct.
And of course, that benefited the Trump campaign, but nevertheless, what he did was put his thumb firmly on
Roger is frozen because of the
discourse in the direction he wanted. In the aftermath of the
he's paralyzed.
Visa arguments,
All right.
He began pulling people's blue checks. He began suppressing people, shadow banning them in very obvious ways.
Yep.
And now he's just announced that the platform will deboost
potion on Marcel.
Meaning that anyone that's hurling insults, much like he did, calling people retarded, much like he did telling that poor Mormon Elon Musk fanboy that he should go F himself in the face. So, yeah, I think it's not only hypocritical, but it just shows how much of a shapeshifter this guy is. Anything that is convenient at the moment is the new zeitgeist of the Twitter platform or the X platform. And it's also important to note, Steve, that
I don't know why, but I'm having a harder time with this battle than I did with the previous battle. But these guys are lower level, aren't they? Aren't these guys like level 24?
He's also rolling out the X payment system. So aside from the payouts people get from a high impression count,
wow, that's a cool ability.
I would imagine something.
Stop that. We gotta try to steal that skill.
In that people who are deemed to be
oof, they almost killed Marcel, even though I healed them. Oh, they still might kill him.
Their actual money, their actual wallets meddled with.
This is the danger of the guy. It's total. It's
all right. We gotta heal Marcel.
This is what he's going to. He's got a glass jaw. He can't take because of the the autism or where he's on the spectrum. He's clearly not. He's got the maturity of an 11-year-old. You can tell that.
But autistic, childish Musk is bad, says Bannon.
It's obvious. He can't take criticism. One of his weaknesses.
You can't say criticism.
Is that he needs to be loved. He needs the masses to love him. You can
just like Trump, by the way, who Bannon loves.
How he's on the stage. He needs that glory. For instance, I don't give a damn, right? Hey, as long as the objective, that's why 12 o'clock guys are moving. It's the objective.
So listen, yes, it is another instance of a prominent Magapotamian turning on Musk. It is more MAGA civil war. It is all of those things. But I think for Bannon, it's also personal to him. Bannon was not nearly as important to Trump's victory as was Elon Musk. Trump does not currently give Bannon as important a seat at the table as he gives Elon Musk. And so, sure, on some level, Bannon is for free speech nominally or whatever, except when he's not, right? Just like all these other guys. But what this really seems to be about is that Bannon is not that useful or interesting to Trump anymore. The gigabillionaire with the global platform and the
Whoa. No, I'm not.
that he
I'm not
dumped
taking
into
that.
Trump's campaign is way more interesting to Donald Trump, and of course it is, because Donald Trump is impressed by authoritarians, and he's impressed by rich people, typically rich men.
I
So
need
I
to
think
stand
there
here
is
though.
envy and jealousy for Steve Bannon as well, and
Woodshop.
that is one of the many reasons
There we go.
that the Musk
Oh, the
Trump's
woodshop
civil
has a
war
100% chance
is
to hit.
likely to grow
That's why.
and be further boned.
Okay, there we go.
Now, I want to talk about something else that is also growing into 2025 regarding Donald Trump. Data brokers are continually collecting extensive details about your online behavior, address, phone number, email, financial information, even political views. This sensitive information about you can
All right, that
easily
worked
be
out pretty
found on
well.
public data search sites by anybody, could be an ex, could be an employer, and these brokers sell the data to other businesses and even government agencies
Damn it,
like the
Rufus.
FBI and NSA, who can buy it in bulk to surveil Americans without a search warrant. Scammers and spammers also get your details from these lists, and that's why you get the text messages and the calls and the emails. But you can stop it. Our sponsor, Incogni, will send removal requests to data brokers who are legally obligated to comply. If any of your information remains online, Incogni will follow up and ensure that it's taken down. Incogni keeps you informed every step of the way, and it just saves you countless hours of work that would be nearly impossible to do on your own.
That was awesome.
Incogni, and what they've managed to do is remarkable. Go to incogni.com/Pacman and use the code Pacman for 60% off. The link is below. Republicans in 2023 and the American right wing movement is fundamentally about we are the victims and about grievances. Even though the right loves to say all these leftists are constantly making themselves the victims, be it of racial bias or gender bias or whatever the case may be, it is actually we on the right who are truly the victims. And one of the big avenues through which they've claimed this victimhood is through big tech. Twitter is deprioritizing our content. Ideas that are simply questioning the status quo and conventional wisdom of COVID vaccines are being shut down and we are being silenced and blah, 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 blah. And even though they love to say these left wingers got to stop with the grievances and with the word we are the victims, it is really the right that has played that card. And the most interesting aspect of it
All right, this
is
fight's
that
pretty
every
much
time it's
over.
been tested, every time it's been investigated, every time it's been looked into in some detail, it turns out that it is actually not true.
Who should finish
Republicans'
this guy
latest
off?
ridiculous claim is against
85,
Google, and it is
level
a player
29, level
bias, and it
29,
has been debunked.
29.
They tried to say that
Bartholomew.
Google spam filters in Gmail were biased against conservatives. The idea was the spam filter is not merely making an impartial analysis of what should be redirected to your spam folder. It is using partisanship,
All right, we did it.
wherein Republican fundraising emails are much more likely to end up in spam than Democratic fundraising emails. Emails from the
Jeanne
armies
leveled up
are
unnecessarily.
much more likely to end up in
Everybody else
spam
leveled up to
than emails
29.
from the DNC.
Almost everybody's at level 29 now.
By the FEC,
Pretty good.
and the determination that
We
the
stop
state
here.
has
I'm tired.
And of course,
So I'll just save the game then.
the analysis itself
Save
is biased.
me game.
But the truth is that whenever these things
Save.
are looked into, we are unable to find evidence of bias in the investigation. And the investigation is unable to
on
find
this
evidence
one
of bias
here. Save
in
ya.
the underlying phenomena
Yes.
which they are looking at. The FEC looked into it and determined that it was not true.
On
This
this.
is not actually surprising, and it's not surprising in two different ways.
Save?
It's not surprising when it comes to the RNC.
Wait, did I save?
And it's not surprising when it comes to COVID. And I'll deal with each of those aspects one by one.
No, I already did it. I just saved, right?
And the Republican Party and right wingers
Yeah.
and MAGA, whatever, all of them.
8:26 p.m. January 8th. That's yep. That's this one. Okay.
And the truth is that
so now we can just what do I do next?
When you look
now I just
when there was an analysis
Jeanne
of Twitter, it turned out that
yeah, I just quit. Yeah. That's all, folks. Please like, subscribe, click the bell, and I will see y'all next time. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
It's not the people you follow.
Leave a comment.
It's sort of like a stuff you might be interested in.
Stop recording.
It's just right